Hey gang, this is Mike with MyRealEstateDojo.com, and today I'm going to be giving you an honest review, owner's review of a Microtech SBD fixed blade knife. Okay, the disclaimer is that I bought this knife with my own money. This is not a knife dealer. I'm not a sponsored by Microtech. I'm the actual owner of this knife, and so I'm going to give it to you no fluff. Now the price ticket on this was $325 plus about 20 bucks shipping. So with tax, we're looking about roughly about $350. So for 350 bucks, what would you get with a Microtech? Well, I have a love and hate relationship. I don't want to use the word hate. It's kind of very deep. A love and damn, I shouldn't have done that relationship with Microtech. I've owned quite a few of Microtech's knives. Let me show you. Here is a Delta. Here is a Cypher. I pretty much own their whole lineup. Here is a Halo 6 that I bought. Check this out. Right. So I own a lot of Microtechs. I have a lot more that's not here. Some of them I sold, and to be honest with you guys, I spent over $3,000 of my own money owning different types of Microtechs. Here's another one. So out of the money I spent, I had major problems with 3 of them, which was this Halo here. I bought this for 750 bucks. Like the first few days ownership, I had major problems with it. It started to open here. So I should have other videos that talks about that, okay? And I did have other problems with my TX85, my Ultratech, and the problems were like I keep sending it in, it was having major problems and they couldn't fix it like after 3 times of sending it in. So I ended up just throwing my hands out and selling the knives at a deep discount and letting the buyers know what's up. So that said, I still am a fan of Microtech because they make amazing knives. So let's take a look at this Borka SBD that I bought from Microtech. I mean, if you look at this blade, it surely is beautiful.
Real quick, download my free book, Real Estate Investing for Beginners, the ultimate starter guide at MyRealEstateDojo.com, where I teach you how to find motivated sellers, buy their homes at a deep discount, and then have the seller become your own private bank. Subject to, get it now. One more thing, if you're looking for private one-on-one help when it comes to real estate investing, then consider joining my academy, where you sit down with me one-on-one. 2, you get monthly coaching. 3, you get access to my best-selling courses. 4, you get access to my video library, and then the list goes on, for just $97 a month. Join me now at MrNoFluff.com. Lastly, the best 6-figure side hustle, bicycle flipping. Want to see how? Here's a behind-the-scene video how I did it. Go to thebestsidehustle.MrNoFluff.com. Now let's get back to the content.
Now this is an unboxing. I just bought this knife. Well, I bought it a couple of days ago. It just came to me yesterday in the mail. So this is a first unboxing and first impression. It's not a long-term review, but I will do a long-term review, and I've, like I said, I spent over $3,000 plus on Microtechs, so I have a lot of insight on them. I've owned Microtech since 2016. My first Microtech was a Ultratech 85, and that thing broke in the first like 7 days, and it was a nightmare trying to get it fixed, which I ended up selling. So that was my very first one. Then I ended up buying an Ultratech. I bought 2 of those, and one of them was amazing. The other one was having problems with the spring, and I had to send it in like 3 times, and they were never able to fix it. So after that, I said, I'm never gonna buy Microtechs again. And then what happened is that I bought this fixed blade. You guys take a look at this. And then I said, you know what, let me try Microtech again. All right. And so after that, I ended up buying the Halo 6. Okay. I ended up buying the Delta. But this review is about the Microtech collaboration with Borka and the knife they called SBD. Okay, guys. And I really enjoy this knife. I just like the way it looks. I mean, I love the massive amount of steel used. and I like that it's big. I wish it was a little bit bigger, right? You know, it looks really good. When I hold it, it feels really good. It's not super light, but it's not super heavy either. But let's just show you the comparison of the amount of blade you get. For example, if you look at the Halo, you know, you're basically getting half the steel, right? So it's like basically this one side will cover it and the other side is extra steel. Now, if you look at the blade length, they're pretty much identical, okay? From the Halo 6 versus the Borka SBD. But what's longer on the Halo is basically the handlebar, where on this one is not. Now let me put this back up. All right. Now let's look at this other one that I have. It's SOCOM, if I'm not mistaken. And if you look at it, the blades are almost there. This one's a little bit bigger, you know, by a few inches, and the handlebar is a tad bigger. I mean, both of these blades are just truly amazing. I've done videos about both of these blades, but today, you know, the opening star is this Microtech SBD. It's truly a beautiful knife. They're hard to get, right? I had to like do a lot of Google searches to find someone, and I found someone in a different state, and they weren't very professional, but that was the only guy that had it, so I ended up paying for it. He shipped it to me. Thank God he shipped it good, and it wasn't a bad transaction, but you know, the knife wasn't shipped very quickly, very good, I should say. Okay, I use other places like Blade HQ, Knife Center, and they ship it really, really nice versus a small knife dealer. But on the other hand, the reason he was small is because he couldn't move his products, and that's why I was able to get this item where it's very, very hard to get if they're all sold out. So the blade is what really got me. Now, I was lucky enough to find a dual edge. One is smooth, the other one is serrated. And the reason I wanted that is because I'm going to carry this every day, and I'm going to use it, right? So it's just going to be my everyday carry, and I'm going to use it. What am I going to use it for? Well, when I cut my kids' apples, when I skin the apple, this serration is going to come in good if I need to cut something like rope or something like that. And so it gives me more utility use versus just a double edge without serration, okay? The reason I know that is because I own this Microtech, and this one doesn't have any serration, and so this knife doesn't get any use because, you know, actually, like, I carry it every day, but I don't get to use it to cut stuff with it because it has a double edge without serration, you know, because things doesn't cut that great, okay? Now, that's why I got the serration. Now, a lot of guys, they don't like the serration, but I think it makes the knife more useful for everyday carry. Now, there are two types of people that buy Microtechs. There are the ones that are the collectibles. They buy it, they put it in their drawer, and that's it. Well, I'm not one of those guys. I like to take my Microtech and actually use it and carry it every day with me, okay? The only knife that I haven't carried is this Halo because, you know, I had so much problems with it that I don't want to damage it. But every other knife you see here, okay, I carry them. And this one I carry every day. And I've been carrying it for almost a year since I bought it, and you know, it still looks good. This one actually has become one of my favorite knives, still out the front OTF knives from Microtech, believe it or not. But that's a different story. Now, here's the cipher if you want to do the comparison. Like, so blade for blade, that cipher and the SBD are pretty much right there. The handle is even bigger on the cipher. This was a, you know, almost like a semi-custom cipher. I think they only made 100 out of it, and I own number 63, guys. Okay, so not bad. The born date on this one is, as you guys can see, 7/21, and it has a M390 blade. It has the Borka logo right there, the Microtech, made in America. But this surely is a beautiful knife. I wish it was a little bit bigger. You know, I kind of like bigger knives, but man, I'm super stoked with it. I'll carry it. I haven't even carried it yet. I'll use it, you know, and use it every day, and let you guys know the honest review, long-term review, once I actually put it into use. Okay. Now, I know a lot of guys will buy these knives and just put them in their safe or whatever, but I just can't, you know, spend this kind of money and not use it. You know, I mean, I don't know if I'm a collector, but I guess I am because I own so many, but I use every single one of my knives, okay? All these Microtechs besides the Halo, because I have hold on a second, let me get my other Halo. I have this fake Halo, which actually works as good as the Halo. And I carry this every day, all right? And that's why you can see the views, because I'm scared that my original Halo is going to break. And because when I got it, it was like pretty much broken, and I had to send it in 3 times. On the 4th time, they finally fixed it. But the shaft was messed up on it, you know, it would open up. I have videos, so if you want to get the review on the Halo 6, look at my other reviews. But this is the only Microtech that I don't carry because, you know, I like it, but I don't want it to, I'm babysitting it, I guess. But in return, I do carry this Vespa, right? And this is an amazing knife. This cost me, I think, like $150. This one cost me $750. This works as good as that one for, you know, 1/7 of the price. So, you know, I carry this every day. This is M390. It has a titanium pull trigger, whatever you want to call it. And I carry this all the time, and I don't have any problems with it. It hits as hard as the real deal. And I would just say it's as good as the real deal, maybe just like 3% less, 5% less, okay? But it costs like 80% less than the real deal. So this is not a review about this. If you want to watch my reviews about my Vespa Halo 6, I do have some reviews about that. But this is a review about my Microtech Borka SBD. I mean, surely is a beautiful knife. I really dig it. I will carry it every day with me. That's the reason I bought it. I truly like the blade. I kind of like how it is. It looks like old school knives, like from the Romans or something like that. And I really dig it, man. I really dig it. I know they had the black one. I'm not a really fan of the black or the color blades because they rub off real quick. And the reason I know, I've already owned like 3 other Microtechs, and they had paints on them. And like when you cut stuff through them, it jacks them up, dude. You know, honest truth. Okay, so if I'm gonna get a knife from Microtech, I'm gonna use it. I'll already get the satin finish or the epileptic finish like this one, so it doesn't, you know, damage it up, dude. Right? Or it doesn't look horrible, because once the paint goes away, it looks like crummy. Anyways, guys, if you have any questions, comments about this, leave me a comment below. I'll be happy to answer for you. And like I said, I have a Microtech collection. I want to love Microtech, but sometimes, you know, I have a tough time with them because I bought so many, and out of those packages, I had like 3 that had major problems, and I spent big bucks on them, and I lost money, right? So I lost money because the knife wasn't performing to its industry standard, and they didn't fix it. I sent it to them like 3 times. The Halo, they finally did, because I threatened to take legal actions on them because I was pretty pissed off because I spent $750, and like as soon as I got it, it was jacked up, and I sent it to them like 3 times and never got fixed on the 4th time. Finally, the lady from Microtech give it to someone that knew what the hell they were doing, and they got it fixed. And since then, I haven't used my Halo 6, which is kind of a shame. But I bought it to use it, but I'm scared to use it because, you know, they don't have any extra parts if something goes wrong with it. So that's why I haven't used it. Anyways, guys, if you have any questions, comments, let me know. Click the like button. Don't take no for answer. Always remember, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and twice as beautiful as you ever imagined. Peace.